Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 713th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I put onto YouTube. Just before I introduce the teams, on behalf of the Brotherhood, I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a really Happy New Year. And we hope that 2023 will be even better for you than 2022 was. And this is a battle fought from approximately 14 months ago. It's a battle from the Brotherhood archives. As you know, I usually put a battle on from a week or a couple of weeks ago, but this is from about 14 months ago, so it is an old battle, and as you can see, it was fought on a custom map. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Crypto. Now Crypto has got 11 pikes and 5 archers and 4 cavalry. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his pikes, and you see that he's got 8 upgrades on his pikes. Many years ago, I was talking to a Greek clansman who was recognised. The Greeks are the best clan on Rome Total War with pikes and spears. They used to practice for hours and hours and hours. That's why they became the best clan with pikes and spears. And this Greek clansman told me that the optimum upgrades on a royal pike Macedonian unit is 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. It's not worth putting a 3rd stripe on because the money that you pay for what you get isn't worth it. So the optimum upgrades are 8 upgrades, and that's exactly what Crypto's got on his royal pikeman here. And look at the length of those massive pikes that the enemy team are going to have to fight down to kill the man on the other end. I think he's got mixed upgrades. He's got 8 upgrades on some of his units, on most of them I think. And other units, he's just got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So there you are. That's his army. He got just gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry, of course, because he spent most of his money on his infantry. I think this is an experimental army of Cryptos, if I remember right. But as I say, this battle was fought approximately 14 months ago. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Steve Longshanks. Now, Steve has got the old bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 14 infantry, 6 cavalry. And our next teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's got a very old Roman army of just 12 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, just 12 infantry and 6 cavalry. I don't bring that army very often, but I did in this particular battle. And our last teammate is Scorpion King SR. He's been playing Rome Total War the same as I have since the first day it was out. Now Scorp has got 10 infantry, 5 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, 10 infantry, 5 archers, 5 cavalry there. You'll see he just got gold shield, gold attack on his infantry, which tells me he's probably got very well upgraded cavalry. And there you go, you can see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. Remember, that's a custom army. He hasn't got any saved armies. So there's our team. This should be a good cracking Christmas Eve battle for you to watch. And here is the other team. We have brother member Uther. Now Uther's got 9 pikes, 3 archers, 6 cataphracts, and a legionnaire general. I think this is 14 months ago, I think, when Uther was experimented with Seleucid, so this will be an experimental Seleucid army. Quick look at the upgrades. You'll see that he's got 7 upgrades on his forward units, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. And then on his second battle line there, he's also got 7 upgrades there, I think. Count there, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. So he's also got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his second battle line. But his third battle line there, you'll see that he's got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So he's got staggered upgrades going through his battle formation there. Okay, the forward units take the pylons, make first contact with the enemy, and hopefully weaken the enemy. And then he brings his elite infantry in there to finish them off. That would be the thinking behind that battle formation. And as I say, there's his legionnaire general unit there, and I see he's got 8 upgrades on that, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his legionnaire there unit. But he's got several units, a lot of his units hiding in the woods there. That's what I like about these maps with woods in. You can hide units, say you can plan those ambushes, those nasty ambushes there. So it's nice to play on different map rather than the flat featureless map that a lot of us play on all the time. So as I say, he's got units hiding in the woods there. Be interesting to see the timing that he uses to bring them out into the battle. Okay, their next teammate is brother member Barclayman. Now Barclayman's got 14 pikes and 6 chariots. 14 pikes and 6 chariots. Quick look at the upgrades on his pikes there. And you'll see his forward units there have just got gold shield, gold attack on. Okay, so those two units there at the front, just gold shield, gold attack. As we move further back into his battle formation, there you'll see he's got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his pikeman there, his bronze shield pikeman there. And that's all. The rest of his units have got 8 upgrades on there. So as I say, he's got staggered upgrades through his battle formation, but the vast majority of his pikemen have got 8 upgrades on there. Okay, so let's have a quick look at his chariots there. And remember, these chariots got big attacking specifications, massive morale sapping capabilities, but if they run amok, as we've seen in other battle videos, they become a menace to both friend and foe alike, because they kill both friend and foe alike. So bringing chariots is really a double-edged sword, and I would urge people to really think about that before you bring them, because they can do a lot of damage to your allies. So there's Barkyman's Pontus army there. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member JGP. Now JGP has got 11 infantry, 6 archers and just 3 cavalry. Okay, 11 infantry, 6 archers, just 3 cavalry there. If you look at the upgrades on all his infantry, including his pilot shield units, 7 upgrades, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. So every one of his infantry has got an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on. So that's some really major, serious infantry he's got there. And my guess is that he's just going to have, just gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry, because of course he spent most of his money on his infantry. So as I say, that's a pretty good JGP army there. And as I say, with that experience stripe on, I think that infantry is going to be very difficult to kill. Okay, and their last teammate is RTW player Lackjack. Now Lackjack has got 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. Okay, 15 infantry and 5 cavalry. We haven't seen Lackjack on RTW for a while now, recently, but hopefully he'll be back on maybe in the new year. So as I say, with 15 infantry, he's got a lot of urban cohorts there, and you can see they're just gold shield, gold attack. And I thought his cavalry was hiding in the woods, but if I looked a little bit closer, you'll see that his cavalry are just over there behind some of the woods there. And I think he's just got gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. If we just have a look there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, just gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry there. Okay, so that's Lackjack's army. So there's the other team there. As I say, this has got the potential to be a cracking battle. You've got Uther with Seleucid, you've got Barkyman with Pontus, you've got a JGP with Rome, and Lackjack with Rome. It should be a great Christmas Eve battle. At this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at Scorpion King SR's battle formation there. Can you see how he split his infantry into 2 armies? He's got his main army there, and he's got a mini army over there with his general in. So he split his infantry into 2, and if you notice, he's got his archers there out the front of his battle formation, which tells me he's going to look to be very aggressive right from the very beginning of the battle here. And as I say, what he'd like to do is target Uther's big 121-man pike units there, because we know they are incredibly susceptible to missile fire. So that's why Scorpion King's got his archers out the front there, backed up by his cavalry. So let's see if he's going to be aggressive right from the beginning of the battle. Okay, right at the very, very early stage of this battle, we literally just press start here. You'll see Scorpion King moving his entire army over towards the enemy Seleucid army there. Okay, remember what we said about earlier there? I believe that Scorpion King would obviously like to get his archers in range of those big 121-man units of Seleucid there. As we know, they're very susceptible to any kind of missile damage there. That's why Scorpion King is being so aggressive right from the very start of the battle here. Let's say running his archers forward there, backed up by his infantry and cavalry. And as I say, he'd love to get those 121-man units in range. And he'd like to hit those Pontus pikemen as well, probably, as well as the Seleucid ones, if he got a chance there. Okay, so as I say, you can see right from the beginning of the battle there his intention. And as I say, he'll probably move his army closer and closer to the Seleucid units there to get his archers in range. So say this battle was fought approximately 14 months ago, and I hope it's going to be worthy of Christmas Eve 2022, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so as I say here, you can see Scorpion King getting his archers into range there. Now he'll either be targeting the big 121-man pike units, or he'll be targeting the Seleucid archers that Uther bought. As I say, I think 14 months ago or so, Uther was experimenting with Seleucid armies here, so this will be an experimental army. As I say, you can see Scorpion King moving closer and closer towards Uther's army there. Probably like to get within piler range as well, so he could do more damage to those pike units. You'll see over here Steve's Scipii army and my Julio army here. We've moved over to the right a little bit as well, maybe with a view to target the Seleucids there over on our right flank. And over on our left flank here, you'll see that our Macedonian ally Crypto is moving over towards us as well. Remember, Crypto's got those 5 Cretan archers, elite archers with long range there, that I'm sure he'll be liking to target Pontus or Seleucid pikemen as well if he gets the chance. There you are, you can see Uther's brought some of his archers out there, and you can see that JGP has brought some of his SBQR archers out as well, but they look a little bit exposed to me to cavalry attack. I don't know what you guys think. I can't see much cavalry defending their archers there. So Scorpion King, I'm guessing, will probably spot that, and it wouldn't surprise me if he did a lightning cavalry attack. There we are. Look, you can see Scorpion King there bringing a cavalry unit over. Notice it's in normal formation, not in wedge formation there, for more speed, more maneuverability there. Look, and bang! As he charges into one of JGP's SBQR archer units there. Nice hit there by Scorpion King. I thought he would be looking to do that when he saw there's no cavalry cover for their archers there. This is a nice bit of cover, I think, by Uther here, bringing that pike unit over to try and defend that archer unit. But I wouldn't surprise me if Scorpion King there turned to try and get that archer unit again, which he's done, look. But he might lose a few men on those pikes. I see Uther put that pike unit down there. Can you see there? Scorpion King lost a few of his Julii cavalry to that pike unit there. So a nice bit of cover there by Uther, covering his allies' archers there. Okay, you can see JGP is now bringing cavalry over to this flank, maybe with a view to cover his archers there from any more cavalry attacks by Scorpion King there. Okay, you can see Steve's Scipii army. Be interesting to see what he's going to do during the course of the battle. He can be very aggressive, as we've seen in other battle videos as well, as he's moving forward there. As I say, you can see Scorpion King once again leading the charge there, being very aggressive, putting his aggressive credentials on the table right from the very, very start of the battle there. As I say, you've got some Uther Seleucid archers there, and you can see Uther moving a couple of his pike units forward there in open order. Remember, units in open order suffer less damage from missiles, and that's why he's bringing those units over there, probably to soak up some pilers. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So as I say here, you can see Steve and Uther both making their way there towards JGP's SBQR units and the Seleucid units there. You'll see Crypto's archers here. Notice he's got them in close, tight formation, so when he uses them, he'll get more impact, more penetration from his archers using them like that than in open order. And there you are, he's probably going to target the Pontus pikemen if he gets a chance with his archers there. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how he uses his archers during the course of that. We don't see Crypto use a Macedon very often, so this may well be an experimental army for him as well during the course of this battle. And here we are, you can see Uther's pikes there. Got them in open order, as I say, to try and avoid as little damage as he can from the enemy pilers there. But make no mistake here, Scorpion King will really be targeting his pikemen with his archers there. And say, look at Scorpion King moving his Judah army once again forward. Look, that main army of his, he's moving forward. I think he wants to get obviously into piler range there, so he can do a lot of damage to those Seleucid pikemen there. You can see JGP being a good teammate that he is, look, bringing his SBQR army over here to assist his Seleucid ally. Nice bit of battlefield awareness, nice bit of teamwork there by JGP. And there you are, you can see Steve moving forward, look, very, very aggressive, look, very, very aggressive attack there by Steve. My guess there's going to be a lot of pilot exchanging going on between him and JGP there. So as I say, Steve very aggressive there towards JGP. Remember, JGP's infantry, every one of his infantry units have got 7 upgrades on, an Experience Stripe, Gold Shield, Gold Attack. Okay, over here on our left flank here, you'll see Lackjack moving his army towards my Julia army there. and there's also a Pontus pike unit there as well. And out the back here you can see that you've got the Pontus chariots, plus you've got Lackjack's cavalry as well. Now I wonder whether they're thinking about going around the flank here, chariots and cavalry, and coming into the flank of our armies, or maybe even trying to get in behind us there with that cavalry, those cavalry and chariots there. But you can see here that Lackjack's moving forward. He can be a very aggressive player as well. And there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment there. But as I say, I'm guessing there's going to be a heck of a lot of pilot exchanging here between JGP's SBQR army and Steve's Scipio army there. Just look at the volume of pilots going into both of them from there. Oh my gosh. It's a heck of a lot of damage being done to both of them there. Just say you can see Scorpion King's Julia army moving forward as well. And you can see Uther moving some of his pike units over here as well there. But here you can see Scorpion King also throwing pilots into JGP. Look at the volume of pilots going in there. And imagine the damage that that's doing to JGP's units there. There's also one of Uther's Seleucid pike units there as well, which possibly will be suffering. So a lot of pilot exchange going on there between those armies. Okay, over here you can see, let's just pause the game for a second here. Okay, so over here on our left flank, you'll see that, as we thought, Lackjack being very aggressive has attacked the forward units of my battle formation. It wouldn't surprise me if he tried getting around the flank of my battle formation there. Over here you can see Barclayman's Pontus units there. He's now brought them forward here to attack our Macedonian ally. Okay, just look at both of their armies' pikes there, the length of those pikes. But on average, Macedon has got better morale and better specifications than Pontus, so Macedon should win there. And over at the rear here you'll see that Crypto is keeping his companion cavalry fresh, ready to bring into the fray when he's ready to bring them in. Okay, so he'll have fresh cavalry to bring into the fray exactly when he wants to bring them in. So that's a good tactical move there. His battlefield awareness will have to be good though to bring them in at the right time. Now remember that Uther's got units hiding in the woods there. Now whether he's got any more pike units I'm not sure, but I know his cataphracts will definitely be hiding in the woods. And he's going to have to bring them out just at the right time to get the optimum benefit from them, I think, here. Right, there you can see Scorpion King's cavalry charging through Steve's Scipio cavalry, looking like he's going to hit JGP's SBQR infantry, and bang, as he smashes in there. Routs that one unit of JGP's on impact there. Now you can see JGP bringing his 3 cavalry units over. Remember, JGP only had 3 cavalry units because he spent most of his money on his infantry. So that's why he's only got 3 units there. And here you can see Steve's Scipio cavalry charging through his own infantry, as well as his infantry charging forward. And bang, as he charges in there as well. You'll also see that Scorpion King's charged some of his Julio cavalry in as well. You can see JGP was counter-attacking with his cavalry there. Right, so this is a concerted attack here by Steve. Very aggressive, got his infantry and cavalry moving forward. Plus you've got Scorpion King's cavalry have come back into the fray as well, trying to smash and crash JGP's SBQR army there. But as I say, you can see JGP counter-attacking with his 3 cavalry there. Okay, and over here you can see that Uther's keeping his general back fresh there, and you can see he's keeping some of his pike units back to keep them fresh, bring them into the fray just when he needs to do that. Okay, so you can see that going on there. But as I say, JGP counter-attacking with his cavalry. Over here, as I say, you can see the Pontus pikemen there fighting the Macedonian pikemen. But as I say, remember that the Macedonian specifications are better than Pontus. And as I say, you can see Lackjack here possibly bringing infantry round my flank. Plus, don't forget, you can see the cavalry and the chariots of the enemy out there as well. I've got my cavalry locked and loaded to help my infantry out if need be. So there's a general overview of what's happening in the battle as it stands at the moment. Now you can see JGP's cavalry counter-attacking him. Bang! As he smashes into Steve's cavalry and infantry there. Oh my gosh, look at the aggression here by Steve's Scipio troops there, really moving in on JGP there. I think Steve was looking to try and take out JGP's infantry there if he could. And there you can see Scorpion King's Julio cavalry charging in again. Look, and bang! As he charges in there as well. Real impact there by the cavalry of both Steve and Scorpion King there on JGP's infantry. I think JGP's infantry is holding extremely well there. Right, you can see here Uther's now bringing out his fresh units. He's decided now he's going to come out to help JGP's SBQR units there with his fresh units there. As you can see, Steve's cavalry looks like he's penetrated the enemy battle line. Let's pause the game for a second here. Right, you can see that I've brought my cavalry over from where it was stood over there, and I'm now charging that into the enemy SBQR troops, trying to take out JGP's general there. Can you see I'm aiming for JGP's general there? And you can see, as I say, that's where I'd like to hit there. Try and take out the general there if possible. As I say, you can see Scorpion King's cavalry charging in as well. You've got Steve's infantry fighting there as well. Right, here you can see the Seleucids of Uther there attacking. As I say, Steve's cavalry looked like it had broken their battle line there. It's penetrated through. But as I say, here you can see a nice bit of teamwork here by Crypto, bringing a couple of his Macedonian units over here to help out over on our right flank. Okay, so nice bit of teamwork, nice bit of battlefield awareness there by Crypto. But here you can see Lackjack there looking like he's going to bring units around my flank. Another nice bit of teamwork here by Crypto, bringing over a couple of his pike units there to support my infantry against Lackjack's infantry. Plus you've got these archers of Crypto shooting into the enemy all the time. Going to be causing casualties there. But as I say, you can see the Pontus pikemen there over there. You can see Barkyman's taking some of his Pontus pikemen over to help. As I say, you can see my cavalry there. I'm going for the SBQR general there. See my Julii cavalry hit and bang! As it smashes in there. Going for that SBQR general if I can. But remember there that those SBQR infantry of JGP's have all got an experience stripe on. Look how well that JGP's infantry is holding against that massive attack by both Steve and myself. It just goes to show what that experience stripe on infantry can do. Really keeps your troops fighting longer, it keeps them holding longer there. So I thought JGP held really well there. Nice support by Uther though, bringing in his fresh pike units there as well. So nice bit of support there, as I say, by Uther there, helping out his SBQR ally there. Alright, so as I say here, you could just see now, did you see the cataphracts are just going to be brought into the battle? They were hiding in the woods here. Uther's literally just moved them there, so they've just come out of hiding, and he is now going to charge them into our team. Now, has he chosen the right moment to do this? Is this the right timing? Is he going to choose the right target to use those cataphracts just at the right time? See, Scorpion King had kept his mini army back there, that infantry mini army there, because I think he was expecting the hidden cataphracts to charge out at any time, and he's now got that mini army that he can actually throw into the fray against those fresh cataphracts. Right, here they come. Now these cataphracts got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack. Notice he hasn't got them in wedge formation, he's just got them in normal formation there, and here they come. Hiding, they've been hiding in the woods all the way through the battle. Has he chosen the right time to bring them out? Is he going to choose the right target to hit with them? And here they come, get ready for this, going to smash into that small infantry army there, and bang, as they charge in there. Can you see I'm counter-attacking with my Julii cavalry, and you'll see Steve is bringing his Scipii cavalry into the fray as well, and bang, as we charge in there. Oh my gosh, those cataphracts have been routed almost on impact there by Steve and myself there. That was a nice combined hit there by Steve, myself. Scorpion King's got some of his cavalry in there as well, plus that infantry. And between us, we managed to rout those cataphracts there. So pleased about that, because they could have done a lot of damage to us there. Okay, meanwhile over here at this part of the battlefield, you'll see Scorpion King and Steve still aggressively attacking JGP's SBQR troops and the Seleucid troops there. You've got Uther's general stood at the back there, giving morale bonus to his own troops and his allies. And here you got JGP's more infantry and cavalry ready to charge in there. Okay, so there's a general overview of what's happening here. You can see there that Lackjack there is moving his infantry around the flank, as we thought he would do. So he's coming around the flanks there, and this is something I thought you might find interesting. Here you can see the chariots that we were looking at earlier have come around the flank and are now attacking our archers. Okay, probably looking to maybe charge into my troops there. They may well charge in, and they may well try and take out the archers there, or as I say, they could charge in there and take my guys. If you notice here, can you see what my troops are saying there? Frightened by chariots. Okay, so all my units are frightened by chariots, which means their morale is dropping. Okay, they're having their morale sapped away. Even the pikemen that would kill the chariots easy, even they're frightened by chariots. So, as I say, the chariots are doing their job. They're sapping their morale. Now, here's something that is absolutely horrendous, and that is an amok chariot killing your own allies' cavalry. Remember, this is a 54-man unit, cavalry unit, reduced to 11, killed by their allies' amok chariot. And I tell you what, if when I've had this happen to me in the past, I thought, oh my gosh, I wish my ally hadn't bought that chariot unit. But just look at the devastation that chariot unit has done when it's run amok there. Reduce that unit from 54 to 11. And they seem to be stronger in amok mode as well. They seem to do more damage. Just look at that unit. It's just absolutely devastated there. And over here you can see there that's a chariot unit that hitting the archers of Scorpion King there. Nice hit there. So Barclay Man's doing really well there with his chariots. But over here on our right flank, it looks to me like Steve and Scorpion King there has managed to break the enemy on our right flank. But look at those chariots going in behind us there. Looks like they've routed a lot of Steve's Scipio units there, and some of Scorpion King's Julio units there. As I say there, you can see, plus, don't forget the SBQR and Seleucid are the enemy on this side. You can see there, and the Pontus chariots there, of course, coming in there as well. So they've routed a lot of our units there, the combination of infantry, cavalry, and the chariots there. You can see this one chariot unit there of Pontus has now routed, so that's good news for us. But over here now, unfortunately, you can see several of Crypto's pike units have now been routed. Okay, you can see one of my units has been routed, fought down to the last man there. But you can see a lot of our units have been routed here now by the aggressive attack of Lackjack in combination with Barclay Man's pikemen there. You can see they're coming in on my flank of my battle formation there. My job at the moment here, I think, on the left flank is just to hold as long as I can. But you can see there are very aggressive attacks coming in on me here. You can see there's Pontus pikemen overlapping the Macedonians here. They could well be brought in here to attack my Julii army. Make no mistake now, my Julii army on the left flank is the target of the enemy, I believe. As we will see later, they're really going to try and push in and take my army out. They can see over on the right flank and right centre that our team seems to have done very well over there. And as I say, most of JGP's units have been taken out, and most of the Seleucid units have been taken out as well there on our right flank. So there you can see another chariot unit there charging into our Julii ally there. Just look at that chariot unit there. You can, if you have a look at Steve's Scipio army, you'll see he doesn't seem to have a lot of troops left there. He was chasing the routers into the woods there of the enemy troops to stop them rallying. But if you look around the battlefield, there's not a lot of Scipio troops left. So I think Steve's lost a lot of his troops. Can you see I've got my cavalry locked and loaded now? It looks to me like I'm going to charge into the back of the Seleucid pike. I wouldn't mind taking out that SBQR general mine if I get a chance, but you can see my cavalry smashing into the rear, that Seleucid pike unit. Bang! There was a Seleucid and Pontus pike unit there as my cavalry smashed in there. That was a nice cavalry hit there, if I say so myself, there into those enemy pikes. As I say, I wouldn't mind taking out that SBQR general if I get a chance. Right, let's pause the game for a second. Right, so over here now you can see being very aggressively attacked. If you notice here, Crypto's put his general in with my battle formation here, so we're giving 2 lots of general morale bonus. But here you can see Lackjack there bringing his infantry round behind my men there, plus the Pontus pikemen coming in behind. Plus, you've got Pontus pikemen here moving in towards my Julii army. My Macedonian ally here is doing as much as he can to counter the Pontus pikemen there. But as I say, my Julii army there looks like it could be increasingly like it could be surrounded. But we've done well on our right flank. We've taken out, I think, all the Seleucid infantry and all of JGP's infantry there on our right flank and right centre. So now the victorious allies can come over and attack the enemy here on our left centre and left flank there. Okay, you can see there we've just routed the SBQR general, which is good news for us. So we've done well on that right flank. Right, here comes the rallied cataphracts. Okay, if you notice there, you'll see the rallied cataphracts now are coming into the battle line there. Here we've just taken out the SBQR general, and bang! As those rallied cataphracts smash into our Julii ally there. They're looking like they're going for the Julii general. Can you see the Julii general that the cataphracts are going for? And they've done what they wanted to. Routed the general. You can see my cavalry counter-attacking, and bang! They smash into those cataphracts there. But they did what they wanted to there, and they have now routed Scorpion King SR's general. Okay, so Scorpion King SR's general has now been routed. And over here, as I say, my Julii army is under a lot of pressure there. As I say, you've got Crypto's general, there's Macedonian general helping to counter the enemy attack there. But just look at the pressure that my infantry are under. Remember, I only had 12 infantry as well there, and you can see a lot of enemy troops pushing it in. There's some more Pontus pikemen coming into the fray as well. Now also, what's a real worry, I think, is this cavalry attack by Lackjack here. He's got 5 fresh units there he can throw in. But if you notice there, his allies have got a pike unit there as well. He needs to communicate with his ally there to lift the pikes before he charges in. Remember, friendly pikes kill friendly cavalry. Okay? So he needs to communicate with his ally to put his pikes up before he charges in, or he's going to lose a lot of his men. Right, here he comes. Here comes Lackjack's cavalry. Get ready for this. And bang! As he smashes in there, looking to take my general out. Look at the direction of his cavalry there, looking to smash into my general there, and look at the impact of that cavalry. But I don't think he communicated to his allies. If you notice here, can you see his Pontus ally has still got his pikes down here, and I think that some of Lackjack's cavalry charged through his own allies' pikemen there with their pikes down. And of course, as we've seen in other battle videos, friendly pikes kill friendly cavalry. So when that cavalry draws back, we'll see how much damage those friendly pikes did to Lackjack there. But always remember, if you're going to charge through your allies' pikes, communicate that so your allies can put their pikes up before you charge through. But you can see Lackjack really trying to push into my Julii infantry there. But my guess is now he's done the damage he's wanted to. He's going to pull back out now, lock and load, and get ready to charge in again. Okay, if you notice now, Pontus general has now lifted his pikes. But look at the dead SBQR cavalry here. If you notice, they didn't even get close to my Julii infantry. Look, you can see there's a definite distance there. So all those SBQR cavalry were killed by friendly pikes. Okay. As I say, the Pontus general has now put his pikes up because he wasn't communicated to do that before the cavalry charged in, so he didn't expect that cavalry to charge in, and all those SBQR cavalry have been lost on friendly pikes there. So as I say, newer players to Rome Total War, there's a lesson to be learned there, I think. Communicate with your allies if you're going to charge a cavalry through your allies' pikes there, because friendly pikes, friendly spears, if they're down, kill friendly cavalry, as we've seen on a lot of battle videos. Right here you can see some of Steve Scipio's army there fighting some of the enemy SBQR troops. As you can see there, there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment, but there's a lot of enemy troops pushing in on my Julii army. As I say, my Julii army there on the left flank is just holding at the moment. That's all I wanted to do, is just to hold. There's some more cavalry charging in again. Look at them. Bang! As that charges in, Lackjack's cavalry charging in again, look, as they charge in. Lots of pressure on my Julii army there, as you can see. More cavalry coming in, look. I just stopped the attack just before it hit. So, as I say, you can see there's Pontus pikemen in behind me. There's SBQR troops closing in on me as well. So, here you go. Just look at, as I say, all that dead cavalry there of the enemy SBQR troops. But here you'll see the SBQR troops pushing in. You'll see a couple of Macedonian units have been routed. They look to me that they're trying to kill Crypto's general there. Look, Pontus pikemen coming in behind me, Pontus pikemen coming in on the flank. You've got SBQR troops hitting me. That's all of my Julii army infantry that's left there. And look, I'm basically surrounded by enemy troops. Well done to Steve over here. He's done well. But you can see that I think the Scorpion King's lost some of his Julii troops, including his general unit there, which was, as we saw, was routed earlier. Scorpion King got some of his infantry there attacking the enemy troops. Now, see this Amok chariot? I couldn't remember this battle, but when I watched the battle replay, I remember this Amok chariot here. It looked, see, I want to charge my cavalry into the rear of those engaged troops there, but that Amok chariot looked like it was going to move out the way. You watch. See, it looks like it's going to move out the way. So I'm going to move my cavalry over a little bit and get ready to charge into that enemy infantry. And then that chariot, that Amok chariot, moves directly into the path of my charging cavalry. And just watch the damage that that Amok chariot does to my charging cavalry there. Remember, I'm trying to smash into the enemy troops there. Uh-oh, that's our Macedonian general ally just been killed there. Right, pause the game for a second here. Look at the kills that that Amok chariot's just done to my cavalry there. Okay, so never charge a cavalry through Amok chariots, alright? Because this is the type of casualties that you are going to suffer here. Okay, so that was my mistake. I don't know why. It seemed to me like I was a bit impatient. I should have waited there and maybe gone in from a different angle. I don't know what you guys think, but that's what I think I should have done there. As I say, Crypto's general's just been routed, so we've lost a general morale bonus from there. And as I say, look at all these enemy troops, Pontus pikemen and SBQR troops, all closing in on my Julii infantry. As I say, my job for the team is to try and hold if I can. Now here you've got some very battle damage Lackjack SBQR cavalry, which he can move around the battlefield and smash into our troops there. I think the enemy could use that cavalry very carefully there, and they could do a lot of damage to us, right? But here, as I say, you can see my cavalry charging in. It's already battle damaged, and it's going to charge in here now. Get ready for this. As it goes in there, I'm hoping to get that pike unit there. Get ready, and bang! As I charge in there, I think I was hoping to hit the side of one of those pike units there, but I think that chariot kind of put off the cavalry charge. You can see that SBQR cavalry charging in to my infantry, and bang! As that charged in there as well. Right, can you see here? I've lost a lot of cavalry on a pike unit there. I've managed to rout an enemy pike unit there, if you notice, but I lost a lot of cavalry in doing so. So, as I say, that cavalry charge there was kind of deflated a little bit, I think, by this chariot. This Amok chariot there, I think, really caused me a lot of casualties there, and seemed to put the cavalry charge off a little bit from what I can see. I can't really remember much about this battle, but that seemed to me a bad cavalry charge, and I seemed to lose a lot of cavalry for not a lot of gain. And as I say, you can see that SBQR cavalry really pushing into my infantry now. Can you see a lot of my infantry are starting to crack? Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. So look at my infantry units that are beginning to crack. They've been fighting for a long time here, so they've been under a lot of pressure. Very tired units there. Some of my units very tired, look, and they've just cracked under the pressure. As I say, they've been fighting for a long time against a lot of enemy troops coming in from all directions. Over here you can see Steve's infantry still fighting SBQR infantry. You've got some of Crypto's Macedonian pikemen involved in there as well. But as you can see, my army's about to rout, I think. You can see how many units have just routed there, and I think my army's just about to mass rout, and then all those SBQR infantry and Pontus pikemen can then go on to attack my allies. Just look at my units running and routing here. So as I say, if they manage to get a mass rout out of my army, they can then take all those troops over then to attack my allies. So things not looking very good. There you can see a Pontus pike unit moving in. The SBQR general, look, is trying a surge attack there. I notice he's really trying to run his troops through my troops there. Really aggressive. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So, as I say, I've got 21 men left in that unit. Remember, these are 81-man units. There you are. I've got 20 men left in my general unit there, and so that's the entirety of my army now. 4 units, 4 battle damaged units, all being attacked by SBQR troops and Pontus pikemen as well. As I say, my job for the team there was just to try and hold as long as I could. Now you can always tell when we're in a desperate position here, because Scorpion King's thrown his archers in here as well. I always think, you know, when you see the archers alt attacked and thrown into the fray, things are getting a little bit desperate there. But as I say, that's the general situation there. That's all the troops that's left in the battle. You'll see that there's some Julii archers shooting fire arrows into the enemy team as well, which will be helping. There you can see that Julii, those Julii archers there shooting fire arrows. Remember, that lowers morale of enemy troops, making them more susceptible to routing. But as I say, look at the pressure. Can you see that SBQR general trying to surge his infantry forward through my infantry there? Can you see that, how he's pushing forward there, really trying to cause a mass rout of my army there as that SBQ army. You can see Steve's got some of his Scipii infantry there. I didn't think he had a lot of infantry left earlier in the battle, but he looks like he's got 3 units left there, so that's good. But as I say, look at the pressure that what's left of my infantry is under there by that SBQR general, really pushing in there. As I say, I think the enemy were hoping to get a mass rout of my army, and I thought it might well get a mass rout as well, as they're really pushing in there. As I say, those fire arrows coming in from Scorpion King, SRs, Julii, archers are pretty good. Now, you might be thinking, why isn't Crypto using these Macedonian units? Well, if you look closely, can you see one unit is exhausted? Okay, so we know Macedon morale is pretty poor anyway, and if your unit's exhausted, then basically this unit's going to have no morale at all. And Crypto knows if he engages it in any heavy fighting, the chances are these units are going to rout. See, very tired and exhausted. Remember, when units get very tired and exhausted, their morale drops like a stone, their battle proficiency is really poor as well. And if Crypto engages them in heavy fighting, he knows they could rout. So I think he's going to try and give them a rest there and bring them in when it's absolutely necessary. I think that's why he hasn't used those units yet. He's just resting them, because he knows if he brings them into hard, intense fighting with their morale so low, there's a chance they could rout. And there you are, you can see there some more of my units routing. There you are, some more of my units routing there, and I think that this could well be the end of the battle there, because I think when my units mass rout, then the enemy will then just turn on to what's left of my allies there, and I think that will be the end of the battle there. Okay, here you can see, I think basically all my units have routed. I think it's just the general unit left now. That's the only unit I've got left out of my entire army is my general. That's all I've got left. Right there, where you can see Crypto seeing the situation is so dire now. He's brought that exhausted and very tired unit into the battle now just to help out, because things are going to be so close in this battle. Right, so here you are, you can see that's the only unit I've got left. How many men? 6 men? That's all I've got, about 6 men in that unit. That's it. That's the lot of my entire army there. And you can see the enemy pushing in on that general unit there. But that's all the troops left here in the battle, really pushing in there. We've routed the SBQR general, which is good. That's good news for us. So they've lost the morale bonus they were getting from that. And you can see the Pontus unit there is just routed there. And I think there's just one SBQR unit left there, and he's just routed. Whoa. So it looks like our team has just managed to go on to win the battle there. If you notice there, just think how close this battle was there. We've just managed to go on to win it. And as I say, I've got 1 unit left now with just 4 men. The general unit with just 4 men in. That's all I've got left in the entirety of my army. If you notice here, you got Scorpion King there. As I say, he threw his archers in there. That 1 archer unit he's thrown in, and he's got some infantry left as well. So well done to him. But they're all extremely battle damaged there. I think Steve got 2 units maybe. There's another unit of Scorpion Kings that with 5 men in. So it just goes to show how attrition. This is a real battle of attrition there. You can see Steve, as I say, I think he's got 2 units left, is he? Yeah, he's got 1 unit there, and he's got his general unit as well. So he's just got 2 units left as well. And I think Crypto there, I think, he got 2 units left, is he? As well, maybe 2 units left there, but they're, as I say, they're exhausted and very tired, those 2 units. So he put them in just out of desperation in the end there, where he's got a very damaged couple of archer units there and a pike unit there. So as you can see, it was a real battle of attrition there. Scorpion King's fire arrows were probably doing a lot of damage to the enemy, lowering their morale. If we look at the battlefield, look, we can go all the way over here. That's where Uther charged his hidden cataphracts out of the woods there, and we managed to intercept them. Over here you can see there's some Pontus chariots here that were brought into the fray. there as well. I think they might have been in the woods there, and they attacked Steve's troops there, but you can see, looking at the chariots there, that Steve dealt with them. As we move across the battlefield here, we can start seeing the intensity of the piles of dead here. This is where Scorpion King and Steve attacked the Seleucid and SBQR troops of Uther and JGP. So you can see a lot of there. You can see a lot of dead Scipii troops there in a bundle there. They were probably killed by Pilus. Look, probably hit by a lot of Pilus, killed them. As you move across the dead here, oh my gosh, look at the massive piles of dead here. As we move across, you can see a very intense part of the battle. And there's those cataphracts. Remember, they rallied and they charged in there. I managed to rout the Julii general there. As you move across the battlefield, look at that line, dead line of Pontus pikemen there. Can you see that line there of dead Pontus pikemen and dead Macedonian pikemen in front of them as well? So you can see where the Pontus and Macedonians fought toe to toe there. As we move up the battlefield there, and then we move over to here, and also another intensive part of the battlefield. There's where my Julii cavalry did that cavalry attack where they lost a lot of men for not a lot of gain. Over here, you can see that massive group of SBQR cavalry, most of them killed on Allies pikes there. Remember, communication, very, very important if you're going to charge your cavalry through Allies pikes there. So as I say, that's all the troops that we've got left there. So, as I say, very, very close battle for this 2022 Christmas Eve special battle there. And I hope you would agree that it was a special battle. I hope you enjoyed it. It was, and I hope it was worthy of a Christmas Eve special. Right, first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game there. I thought everybody played well. Really well done, guys. And as you can see, it was a close victory there. Okay, just a close victory there. And highest kills goes to Scorpion King SR. Got over 2,000 kills. I always think it's special if you get over 2,000 kills, even today. And remember, Scorpion King's been an honorary member of the Brotherhood for about 14 years now. So, as I say, he's an honorary member, and he got some really good kills there. As I say, over 2,000 kills, I still think that's special, even today. So well done to Uther. Now, that was an experimental Seleucid army for Uther, so he obviously didn't get the kills that he wanted to there. But as I say, when you're experimenting with different armies, you don't always get good results at the beginning. Well done to Barkyman, second highest kills with Pontus. So really well done to him. A lot of people might class Pontus as a lesser 31k faction, but he did really well. Well done to JGP. I noticed he was supporting all over the battlefield there, and he held that right flank well. And well done to Lackjack, third highest kills in the game. You see how aggressive he was on that left flank of ours against my army. So really well played, guys. Great battle there. My kills, pretty poor there, I thought, but then bearing in mind that I was defensive with my infantry for nearly all the game there. And remember, RTW rewards aggressive attacking play with good kills, so I guess that's not too bad. As I say, well done to Scorpion King, highest kills in the game. Did really well right from the beginning of the game. Well done to Crypto, did well with his experimental Macedonian army there. Got some good kills. Second highest kills in our team, so really well done. And well done to Steve Longshanks. I thought he was very aggressive with his army as well on that right flank and right centre. So really well played to everybody in the game. And once again, just to say, the Brotherhood would like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And next year, 2023, we're hoping to get up to 800 Brotherhood YouTube battles. Imagine that, if we get up to 800. And I hope you enjoy the battles as much as you ever did. And thanks very much for your thumbs up when you enjoy your battles.